Go. So this video is the introduction to the videos, obviously. I hate the fact that I can hear myself from here at least. Someone else is gonna oh well. So hi. Um this is the first video I'm gonna record. And this is technically the second video, actually. And this is sort of a journal. I would say a video journal. I've had this thing for a while and it's personal as of today, obviously. I don't know when you're watching this, but today it is October 23, actually. I mean, it's 12/24, so it's technically October 22, but it's being recorded on October 23. I'm happy for that because I like the number 23. And yeah, in these videos I'm just gonna be talking about the things that are happening in my life. I was thinking about calling these things like current days or something like that, as if it was some sort of Netflix show or something. But yeah, that might be the name that it will have. Like I said, it's just to talk about things that are happening in my life, to document my journey. It's kind of cringe, but I'm trying to I mean, it's not cringe, it's just like so overused to the point that it feels like I'm just trying to do like something that everybody else is trying to. And I wouldn't say I do. What I am doing though is creating sort of a community. I don't mind if it gets big. I just want it to be like, like sort of a place for me to let out my emotions. I want it to be a creative outlet, if that makes sense. And just a place where I can talk to people and share my experiences and my opinions. Oh well, what is happening right now is that I learned English when I've been learning English since I was 16. I would say I learned it last year properly. Now I feel more comfortable speaking the language, and it was sort of a big goal for me. Giving you more background about how I go about my goals, when I was around 12, I think, I got obsessed with football for the reason that basically people really like football here in my country, and they expect most of the kids to be soccer players, or to at least aspire to be soccer players. And obviously that's the path I took, as that idea of being a soccer player um, was implanted in me, right? It was so cool to me, like seeing people playing football and making money from that. And I guess also my family was kind of like pushing me towards that future. And I wasn't good at the game or at the sport at the beginning. So I had to try really hard. I was a 12-year-old who would wake up at 6 a.m. and go to the nearest football court and start playing there, right? And I would spend most of my days just obsessing over football, obsessing over learning how to do kippy yappies, because kippy yappies were so hard for me. They it became so hard for me. Like it probably took me 2 weeks, not 2 weeks, like probably 2 months to learn it. And I had a lot of people around me telling me like I learned it like one evening. It was so easy for me, and I was like, oh, okay. And I would get bullied over that as well because I wasn't that good at the sport. And also my family would constantly ask me how it is going, right? Because it was kind of a symbol of status if like somebody in your family or your kid is a soccer player, is like he makes good money, he's basically just, you know what I'm saying, kind of a celebrity. Is almost at the same level of being a celebrity at the same South American countries. Anyhow, the thing is that I got obsessed over there, started working on it daily, just training, grinding, and yeah, I would wake up at 6 a.m., go to the nearest football court and play there, try to learn how to like kick, because I was unable to literally like lift the ball off the floor. I was really bad at it. So I was trying to learn those things, like things that were seemingly easy for people or for any soccer player, came really hard for me. So I had to really train all those things. And I had somebody by my side at that point who was low-key leading me throughout that path. And one day that person just stepped aside and I had to do it all by myself, which I understand. I bear no resentment towards that person. It's just like, that's life, right? So it was me, only a 13-year-old, doing that every single day. I would, like I said, train in the mornings and go to school. In the school, I would still play football. I would come back and still play football. And then maybe in the evenings or late evenings, I would just like do hippie yappies outside my house, just waiting for my mom to come and serve me food or something to have dinner with her and stuff. That was, I feel like that's something that, even though I didn't become a football player, and you could say that the amount of time I spent uh, learning how to do keep yappies or kick the ball properly was wasted, I guess you could say that. But I see it in a way that it built my mindset that nowadays carries over to other sectors in my life. For example, English or economics. I'm also kind of interested in economics. Right now it's very neglected, but because I have other things, obviously it's not because I'm a lazy person. When I pick something up, it's because I like it and I'm gonna stick to it. So uh, with English was different because it was sort of kind of like a subject, right? For me, something that I actually had to sit at a table and be like, okay, I gotta study this. I gotta try to like search for knowledge on the internet and study and study. And for some people, it might not be that bad, but for me, it was because I had a really bad experience at high school and just school in general. Actually, I would say that in primary school, it was like the worst experience that I had. And basically, I didn't get along with most of my classmates. Most of my classmates were just seemingly ahead of me intellectually, and some of them would just make fun of me, and especially the teacher actually would make fun of me as well. I don't blame the teacher. Honestly, it was kind of messed up to do that to a kid. What he did is basically so wait, that sounds so bad. I just gotta tell you guys. So basically, the teacher would pick up on me because I was basically a slow kid. He would try to teach me stuff, and I guess that's where all his hatred stemmed from. I guess it was because he couldn't teach me anything. Like I didn't seem to learn anything, and it take them longer. So what he would do, he would make the whole classroom surround me and watch me solve some simple math problem, right? And well, this particular day, he made them all huddle around me, and he asked me a very simple question, like a math question, which obviously as of today I know, and I'm pretty sure that back then I also knew the answer, and I'm pretty sure that that guy, the teacher, knew pretty well that I could solve that math problem, but he just wanted to make me go through all the humiliation of, me being surrounded by people and then not being able to solve a simple math problem because I was nervous. So he asked me how much 3 times 3 was, and I didn't know at the time that it was 9, obviously. I guess I was just blanked out by all the pressure that I had. Literally, the whole class surrounding me. They were like gesturing numbers with their fingers. I was just looking around, super overwhelmed, and the teacher was just looking at me, and some people were giggling in the background. So I was like, in the back. So I was like, whoa, this is really hard. And that happened a few times. Um, and I remember in those situations, I would just, I would just be like, you know what? It's done. Let's just cry. Let's just go home and cry. Like, let's just wait until we get home. Because if we start crying, we're gonna exacerbate the whole situation. And I'm pretty sure that that's what he wants, and that's what everybody else in the class wants. Because in the class, I didn't get along with many people, right? So they would do this constantly, and that would be really embarrassing. Obviously, Oh yeah, the thing is that he made it worse because he would literally make everybody he literally made everybody huddle around me, and he said, if Gio can solve this problem, we go out and we play football, or like, you know, girls play volleyball or something. And obviously everybody wanted that, and that was solo me now, and that was much more pressure than normal. And like I said, I got the answer wrong. I didn't even answer, I think. And yeah, I guess it was a lot of pressure. The teacher then was like, okay, whatever, you guys can go. But his, you know, his intentions were malicious at the end of the day. He still wanted me to be humiliated in front of everyone, and I was, and nobody wanted to play with me afterwards. Obviously, it's like, it's just dumb, right? And I guess that idea was implanted in me, and it stuck with me throughout most of my life when I was a kid. Um, so I never really felt the need, not even the need. I just never felt motivated. Sorry if I'm stuttering a little bit. It's because there's some delay in the audio, and I'm hearing how I sound. Maybe I should just take it off. Anyhow, the thing is that, like, it really messed with my perspective of like academic things and my intelligence as well. So I was very hesitant when picking up things that were supposed to train my brain or to engage with my intellect, usually because I felt dumb. I felt like I was a dumb kid after that, right? And English, I never really felt like weird when I started learning English, right? But it was something that I excelled at the beginning. Like, I stood out really early in my journey. I would have a lot of people in like 7 months telling me that I already spoke English very well, and that was obviously kind of like a contradiction, which made me realize that things were changing, or things had changed, you know? And I was like, okay, well, maybe I'm not dumb. Maybe I'm, you know, maybe I was just a kid under pressure, and I've lived under this manipulation my entire life, or under this trauma, let's say. It's not trauma, guys, don't worry. Just like, I've lived on with this idea my entire life because that's what I was fed as a kid, right? Like, oh, you're dumb, you cannot get this, it's just like, it's not for you and stuff like that, right? That was my idea. Like, I couldn't pursue anything that was mildly related to intelligence, you know? And I guess when I was a kid, at the age of 16, when I started learning English, I literally told myself on my mom's birthday, um, you know what, if we're going to do this, we cannot waste any more time. We're 16 now. So I was like, I'm 16, I haven't done anything that it's conducive to my non-existing goals. So I was like, we need to do something important. We need to do something that's going to be inducive and productive. So I was like, English might be productive and it's something I enjoy. So let's put a lot of time into it, because I had been learning like for probably 2 weeks when I made that promise to myself. And ever since, I never stopped learning English, literally up until today. Okay, actually up until a few months ago, and then I had to kind of like take it back, you know what I'm saying? So I took up English more seriously, and I started studying it, the grammar, because I had already learned English and I was already able to speak English, but I tried to learn the grammar because I'm trying to become an English teacher today. Yes. And this is mainly because, like I said, my promise as a kid was not to stop learning English until I became a perfect English speaker. I don't know if that makes sense in your head, but it made sense to me. I was like, until I speak perfect English, I'm not gonna stop learning English. And yeah, I guess this is what has been happening right now, and I guess those are my goals right now, or the milestones that I'm trying to achieve, is learning a perfect English, being I mean, no, not learning perfect English actually, because the other goal that I'm not talking about is that I'm gonna take the TOEFL exam maybe, or some other exam, international exam, to certificate my English, or certify my English, my bad, to get a certificate about my English. I want to at least get a C2, This is such a like I'm literally literally putting too much pressure on me right now. I don't know how many people are want to watch this video, but you know, it's a lot of pressure to just say that that's the grade I want, because I want a C2. I need a C2, guys. I need a C2. I will feel like the amount of money that you have to invest to take that exam, at least for me, is a lot of money as of today. So I need a perfect grade. And also for my ego and for my goal, it's just like I feel like I have to, you know, spend 4 years. I feel like I have to. And well, another thing is that I'm trying to become an English teacher. I'm trying to make that my job, because I don't want to be an English teacher. I don't want to do that for a living forever, but it's a good thing to do in the meantime. And since it's something that I have literally spent years learning, and that I will probably spend some years learning still. Well, not years actually, but some months learning to be perfect, I would say. It's very conducive to my goal, you know? I mean, conducive to my goal. Because my goal entails me to speak English. Have a platform as well. Don't worry, I'm not doing all of this to have a platform. Trust me, I wouldn't go about it like this. I feel like this is more a, like I said, is sort of a public diary, you know? Maybe somebody will care about this, somebody will feel accompanied, you know, by me throughout their process if they watch my videos. Because I felt like this before with some other YouTubers. I've watched their videos of, you know, them literally just sitting and talking about whatever, usually things that are personal, and I feel like I'm, like I said, accompanied by someone. Accompanied by someone. So yeah, that's the goal right now. I guess the previous stories I told you sort of explain why I struggled so much with like learning, and why I'm such a hard worker. Because I'm a really hard worker, guys. When I say this, I mean, sometimes I feel like I am not in the, like, I don't have the right, I'm not in the position to say that I'm a hard worker sometimes. When I talk to my girlfriend about these things, it's like she thinks that I try way too hard. Oh, hold on, it's gone a little yellow out of nowhere. Anyhow, but I don't think I try too hard. I don't know if it is because I just have high expectations for myself, but it's like I really try to optimize every single thing I do. The breaks I take, free time, the dead time that I have between hours, like between my studying sessions, or you know, anything really. I try to like optimize all of those, and I really feel like I don't think I'll ever have that feeling of, okay, maybe I'm trying too hard, or maybe I'm, you know, maybe I'm doing this, maybe I'm doing that, and I shouldn't. Maybe I should take a break and stuff like that. Even though it feels like sometimes I'm doing way too much and that I'm hurting my well-being by doing that. I feel like sometimes it's just, you know, you just don't know when you're doing too much. And my family also sees me, and they see me and be like, whoa, like, why are your why are your eyes like that? Why you have so much baggy eyes? So many baggy eyes? Or would you say so many baggy eyes? Well, they just tell me like I have baggy eyes and my dark circles are getting worse, and it's like usually because I'm constantly up studying, because I'm a very inquisitive person about whatever I'm learning. I just try to like dive deeper into what I'm learning. And right now, obviously, I'm working on two different things, which is my, even though it's, I mean, they're strongly correlated, which is my potential exam. I haven't even bought the exam yet, but I might take it in the future. I'm actually sure I will take it in the future, and I'm also trying to become an English teacher, which it's an important thing because I need to get a job. I want to support my family financially. That is also a topic for another video. It's a very extensive topic that I want to talk to you about, guys. But yeah, I don't know if I like how this video turned out to be. I recorded another video, but I didn't like it. It's not because, you know, like the information was bad or something like that. I just didn't like because just the angle of the camera was awful. This angle is also bad, but you know, I have a lot of things behind me, guys. I don't want you to see that, so I feel like this angle is a little bit more, you know, chill, more calm. There's not many things to get distracted with. But yeah, I hope you kind of like this video, and I don't know, maybe come back sometimes. My name is Florian. Want to record more videos like this maybe in the future. I wanted to make them daily. I don't think I will make them daily because I still kind of like to add some additions, some edits to my content. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed.